Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about sample spaces and events, and we're going to work through one particular example and talk about a couple of different events there. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, a student randomly guesses the answers on a 6-question true or false quiz. So the observation here is how they answer each question, T or F for true or false. And what we want to do here is describe the sample space. All right, so 6 questions, true or false on each one. So they could be all true. You could have 1 false and the rest true. And that false question could be the first one. It could be the second one. It could be the third one. Whoops. And so on, okay? You could have 2 false, and those could be arranged in any order. So true, false, true, true, all the way down to true, 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 false, false. You could have 3 Fs and 3 T's. You could have 4 F's and 2 T's. You could have 5 F's and 1 T, or you could have all F's. And the reason that we're not going to write this out is that, so there's 6 questions and 2 possibilities for each of those questions. So that's 2 to the 6th possible outcomes, and that is 64. We are not going to write out all 64 of those outcomes, but this is enough to give us an idea of what that sample space looks like, what type of thing we're working with. All right, now within that sample space, we want to write out the following event. So remember, an event is a subset of the whole sample space, and our event here is the student answers false to at most 1 question. So at most means there could be 1 F. There could also be 0 F's, and those are the possibilities, right? The most answers, or the most F's we can have, the most false answers is just 1. So you could have all true, and let's go ahead and use set notation. True, 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 true. You could have 1 false, and that false could be in any of the 6 spots. And I like to think about it, okay, let's make that F first, and then let's write down all the possibilities, moving it 1 to the right every time. So it could be first, it could be second, it could be third, it could be fourth, it could be fifth, or it could be last. And that is all of the outcomes in this particular sample space. So that set of outcomes is what we would call E1. Okay, let's go ahead and write out a slightly different event. The student answers F to the last 3 questions. Okay, so the last 3 of every one in here, every outcome in our sample space, or in our event rather, is going to be F, 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 and there's no restriction on the first 3. They can be anything. Okay, so they could be, let's go ahead and write this out, they could be all true with those 3 F's on the end. We could have 1 F out of those first 3. And that 1 F doesn't have to go first, it could also go second or third. So let's go ahead and write that out with that F second and the 3 F's on the end, and with that F third and the 3 F's on the end. So again, what we're doing here is we're really just sort of focusing on the first 3, and then the last 3 are always F. So this is what changes, and this is just the same in every outcome in this particular event. All right. So we had all T's up front and then 1 F and the rest T's. We could have 2 F's. So F, F, 1 T, and those last 3 the same. And similarly, so we can think about this as there's only 1 T, and that's in that 3rd spot. It could also be 2nd or 1st. So we could go F, T, F, and those last 3 F's, or we could go T, F, F, and those last 3 F's. So now we've got all T's, 1 F, 2 F's, and the other possibility is all F's. The first 3 could be F's, with those last 3 that are the same in every possible outcome. And there is our event E2. That is it for today.